Everybody, and welcome back to Father Ted Talks. Today, I wanted to talk about a topic that I've kind of noticed in modern times, and especially amongst a lot of converts, people who are coming into the faith, but not just converts, but even cradle Orthodox sometimes, but mostly it's people who kind of are new to the faith and are very enthusiastic. And this is the topic of consuming Orthodoxy. Now, what do I mean by consuming Orthodoxy, right? So we live in a consumer culture. Everything that we're surrounded with, we're bombarded with, is about, what can we buy? What can we acquire? What can we collect? You know what I mean? Like, you can even see my little Star Trek figure here and there's a little bobblehead here, so like we all collect different things that we like and we don't like. Sometimes, in an appropriate way, and sometimes, we go over the top and we collect a lot of things because we become materialists, right? And because we live in this culture where we tend to hoard and acquire more things, a consumer culture, and everything is geared towards that, a lot of times we tend to do the same thing with Orthodoxy, right? So people come into the Orthodox faith and they have this kind of natural zeal. It's like, I want to become Orthodox. I believe it's the true church. It's really beautiful. I have found the true faith, right? And now I want to completely immerse myself in that faith. But the immersion, or at least the healthy immersion, is to immerse oneself in learning, in prayer life, in attending the beautiful holy services, and slowly starting to change the self from the inside out, right? Like by slowly grafting oneself into the mystical vine, which is Christ, right? And so this is kind of like the change that needs to happen. It needs to be a change from the inside. It needs to be a change of the person and their outlook and their mindset, right? A true metania, a true repentance, a change of mind, right? But what happens is, a lot of times, is that people want to do what they've always done with other things, which is basically to become an Orthodox consumer. So to be Orthodox is, I need to buy a ton of icons. It's like, I need to have more icons than everybody else on the planet. I have to have more icons than my godmother. I need to have more icons than the priest has. I need to have a whole wall of icons. I need to surround myself with all this Orthodox paraphernalia. And it doesn't end there. It's like, I need to buy Orthodox t-shirts. I need to have a censer at home like the priest has, to burn incense. I need to buy every single Orthodox book that I can find online. I want to have like 15 prayer ropes. I need to basically just surround myself with all the Orthodox, kind of like memorabilia that I can, because I feel that by doing this, I'm going to become more Orthodox, right? And I think that this is very misguided, right? I don't think we need all these things. If you look at, some of the holiest people, you look at monastics, like, they don't have a lot of things. They don't, even in like a lot of monastic cells, they'll have like one little icon and maybe a little oil lamp, and that's enough for them to focus and to pray with Christ, right? One little prayer rope. You don't need to have 50,000 different things. And so when we do all these things, because we're kind of conditioned by, especially Western society, to do so, we become like Orthodox consumerists, and we run the risk of turning Orthodoxy into another idol. Just like we idolize other things, and we start to hoard and consume and to collect different things, we start to collect Orthodox collectibles, right? And we pride ourselves in having, lots of Orthodox things around. And I don't think this is healthy. It is a phase that most people who are newly converted into the faith go through. And it does take some time to kind of be cured of that kind of illness, I would say, of, this almost Orthodox idolatry. But it is something that we have to be really, really careful about, right? It's like, it doesn't matter how many things we have. It matters the heart. What is in the heart and how we are changing that, and to have the patience and the fortitude and the consistency in prayer life to be able to actually change our lives, right? And all the other things that are there, there may be tools and they can be helpful, and we can have some icons and we can have incense, we can have all these things, but we should not go overboard, and we should always do it in consultation with our spiritual father, with the priest who is catechizing us, or the priest who is guiding us, and he will kind of help us and tell us, what is appropriate, or what is, over the top, what is like, above what is normal. So again, just like something to look out for, Orthodox consumerism. There's a lot of stuff online. Of course, there's a lot of companies that are catering to this. So people kind of like want to take on all this kind of superficial external persona of Orthodoxy, while in the meantime, in the inside, they are the same people they were before they entered Orthodoxy, right? We don't want to become Orthodox consumers. We want to become actual Orthodox Christians. And that takes a lot longer than just buying a few icons or buying a few, sensors and thinking that suddenly now, we've kind of decked out our whole bedroom with Orthodox paraphernalia and we're good to go. This is all external stuff. It's not important. What's important is the heart, the prayer life, and our participation in the sacramental life of the church. Those are the most important things. Everything else is secondary. Everything else is a means to that, not a means in themselves. Anyways, that's all I got for today. Till next time, take care. God bless.